with these 6 wings and poles, you're going to find that you can do enough practice to do your turns, for your jump-offs. You don't have to go fast. I'm looking to not use the whole arena. I'm looking to do nice turns, nice and balanced. I think we just need to be a little bit more this way, please, Mick. Just slightly more angled. And you can see the gist of it. It's so easy to build. And more importantly, you don't need a huge arena. You can work on a small area. Doesn't have to be a large area. You don't have to... What I'm pointing out is it doesn't have to be posh. You don't have to have mega jumps. You don't have to have a perfect arena. You just want a little bit of space, some decent going, and then a little bit of twisting and turning. And the whole object of the exercise is to jump a fence and keep coming round on a nice curve, a nice 3/4 circle to the next fences, not checking, not fighting, going wide enough. This is where you will judge how wide you can turn and go too wide and sprawl a little, how short you can turn and start to stutter. It's a nice middle of the road approach, and the more you do it, the easier it's going to be. Would you like to go first, Reiko? And we'll go left rein. I'm calling the jump against the wall, the middle jump. It's just because it's easier. So left rein, middle, a nice turn, not too sharp, to this cross, then round to the other cross, all the while thinking about landing and working. If you land and work, you're going to stay in a really good canter, and you're going to have a very, very effective, well, jump-off practice, flying change practice, steering practice, looking where you're going, not going forward to the fence, just keeping coming and push, push. And you notice how Comanche is recognising to land into true canter. Yes. Yeah. And just rest. When you're getting to the fence, you're a little bit forward. You must remember, when you're doing this sort of exercise, it's very easy to be eager. You want to go to the fence. You're trying hard to get a good turn, and when you straighten up, it's all too easy to just soften your hand and say, here we go. And that's why Comanche put in a little short stride. Anne, would you like to come? Same thing, please, dear. It's the consistency of it. You want to have a forward stride, you want to have a pushing stride, a really good working stride, and keep going. Don't go so short that you drop to trot. Mostly if you trot in a jump-off, you're not going to win it. That's it. And turn your head, have your eye on the fence, and push, push, push. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, you both did the same short stride. It seems to be easier coming this way to drop your shoulder. Going again. Keep going. That's it. Now keep hold. Don't go forward. Don't be too eager. That's better. You notice that time that there was quite a little bit of vigorous nudging on the extremity of that last turn. And unless you do that, your horse is just going to run out of impulsion and not do it so smoothly. Reiko, would you like to come again, please? And just remember, you don't need to go fast. A reduction in the number of strides is always good news, but if you reduce the number of strides too much, you're going to stutter. You're not going to, well, I know we don't all have to win a jump-off, but it's always nice to do as well as you can. You don't have to be a prize winner, but you'll be disappointed if you come out of the ring and you haven't done your best. Push. And you notice how Comanche's arranging his legs. That's better. Just that little bit of push off the turn was nice. And one more jump, please. Just to the middle. Keep your shoulder up. And you notice that time Comanche came round the bottom end, or whatever end you like to call it, that end of the school, and he went disunited purely because Reiko was not necessarily eager, but she eased her outside rein and just let him cut in, and he just didn't keep coming up underneath her. When you're doing a turn, particularly if you're jumping off, or you want to, well, if you want to do a flying change. If you allow your horse to anticipate and lean in slightly, you're not going to stay in a decent canter. For me at the moment, my recurring theme is to have a strong enough outside rein. Would you like to come again, Anne, when you're ready? And if your outside rein is consistent, then you can steer. I'm very down at the moment on anybody who gives the outside rein away to steer. We are going to be active and springy, full of beans, but we are not going to give the outside rein away. We're going to stay up in balance so that Guy can do the changes as and when he wants. Brilliant. Now, can you see what happened? Just a little bit of sloppiness there, and he didn't come through with the true inside canter, the inside hind leg, and got there. He jumped it beautifully. He went, "Oh, good boy, well done," and he just went, "Yeah, okay, I'll land however I want." But really, really nice love. It's interesting, Anne, that at that end on the loop, you did 9 strides. And at this end, on the loop, you did 7. Tell me why. Mostly your horses will favour turning one way and the other. Do you think that's what was happening, Anne? And Anne's just pointing out to me that Guy's still just a little bit peaky at the crowd, and he's just not quite as focused, but certainly coming that way. It was lovely. Reiko, would you like to come again? Not too, we'll try short, but not so short that you trot, and not so wide that you sprawl. I'm looking to see that outside rein engaged. Do not give the outside rein away to help you around the corner. You really need to be pushing and waiting and using that outside rein as the aid for your energy, your pace, your steering. You steer with the inside hand and not giving that outside rein away. Lovely canter, that's lovely. Just keep pushing. Lovely. Where's that shoulder? And again, you can see, and I've got a little chapter in my book, and I call it Last Fence Jockey. And I'm sure you've all been there. If you jump at all, you get to the last fence and you think, job well done. And that's exactly what happened then. Exactly what happened then. And again, you'll be so disappointed if you get to the last fence at a show, and I know he jumped it, it was fine. But if you get to the last fence and you just relax a split second too soon, then you're going to rub it.